Hey everyone, this is Dan from MMORPG Tips, and this is our Astral Diamond Farming Guide for Mod 16 Undermountain. So in this guide we're going to go over the various ways of making Astral Diamonds, both the obvious ones and some less obvious ones. I'm not going to go through everything that's on the guide on mmorpgtips.com. because there's so much and some of the methods aren't that efficient anymore. But I'm gonna go through everything that's relevant for mod 16 and probably mod 17 as well. So head over to mmorpgtips.com if you're not already there to check out the full guide in written format there. So first of all, let's take a look at VIP. If you're really serious about making AD, you want to get at least the VIP rank 8 to get rid of the auction posting fees, because not everything sells very quickly in this game, and you don't want to be stuck with the valuable items that you do want to sell but that can take some time, and it's going to just eat all your AD with the auction house fees. There are also a lot of other advantages to having VIP, like the daily keys and also various forms of bonus AD. There are also some special sales for VIP members and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you don't have it, I would recommend that you invest a bit and get the VIP. If you don't want to spend that much, you can also use the 20% discount of any item that you sometimes get when invoking, or you can get VIP during sales. I just wanted to mention enchantments and Wanderer's Fortune on mounts as well quickly. It doesn't really impact how much AD you make, but you get more refinement, which means that you don't have to spend AD on that. So I would recommend that you get enchantments for your utility slots. I use 2 Dragon's Hoard, 2 Quartermasters, and 1 Face Blessing. And also the Wanderer's Fortune on the mount. You can also, if you have a lot of refinement, use it to refine the enchantments and sell them. But it can be tricky to make a profit off that if you're not buying everything with the discounts on the Wanderer's Bazaar and during sales. So let's move on to the actual farming part. As you probably know, you can make 100,000 rough AD per account, or you can make as much as you want, but you can refine 100,000 every day. So ideally you want to hit that cap every day. So what you want to do is that you want to invoke as often as you can to get that little bonus, and then it's time to do your queues. You just want to do all the ones that are available to you. The expert one is a bit hard, so you can skip that one if you're not up for it or geared for it. In terms of AD, it's not really worth it to do the queues more than once per day, because the repeat bonus is quite low. Having ults will of course increase the amounts of queues that you can do, but as gearing ults and leveling ults can take some time in this game, most of my ults can just do the leveling queue, but it can still be worth it just to get that AD and also level your ults. Another source of rough AD is what I'm doing right here, the Master Expeditions. They're pretty easy to complete. If you can't or you don't want to solo them, you can do them in groups. There are usually a lot of people in the online portal looking for groups to do them, and you can do 3 per day, or you can do the quest 3 times per day. But you can actually farm the Master Expeditions as much as you want. What you need to do first though is that you have to farm the Resonance Stones. The Chaos ones are the ones that you want for AD, but the other ones are good for gear and other stuff as well. And you farm them by just going to normal open world zones in Undermountain and doing the runic corruption events, and you just have to hit the mobs there and kill them, and you will automatically loot a bunch of those. The runic corruption events are also really good for farming refinement points. Just to be sure to click to pick up all the blue gear that drops, so you can get refinement from those as well. And they are actually a decent source of AD as well, because you can get well, you can get those everywhere, but you can get the mount insignias, the green ones, and since you need them to upgrade the insignias to legendary now, some of them are actually worth quite a bit. Most of them are not, but there's one like the crescent insignia of something I can't remember just now. The uncommon green version goes for like 500k, so you could get lucky and get some of those to drop as well during the runic corruption. While I'm finishing up the Master Expedition here, I'm just gonna add as well that you can also get rough AD from weekly quests. They're all listed in the guide on MMORPG tips, but I usually don't do them because they're not that efficient. But if you're just starting out, or if you're a lower level and working on your campaigns, you can do the weekly quests in the various campaigns for more rough AD. Another way to farm AD if you've done all your rough AD for the day is farming dungeons and skirmishes and trials. There are still some of the skirmishes that are really quick, like shores and castles, but the best thing to farm right now seems to just be the Demogorgon. So be sure to just get your keys for the Demogorgon as well in the Underdark campaign, and queue up for Demogorgon while you're doing other stuff. If you have a solid group, you can also farm the higher level dungeons for AD, but that's not something that you can just do solo. You have to find a good group. Right now you can see that I am soloing the Master Expedition, but it can be a good idea to find a group as it's pretty quick, and also if you disconnect, which seems to happen a lot in this game, it just kicks you out of the Master Expedition, and that will count as a failed attempt, so you will fail the quest. And if you do it with the group, you can obviously do 3 of the resonance stones, which will improve the quality and amount of the rewards that you get. So as you can see right now, we're just on the last boss guy here. We're just gonna kill him quickly and pick up all the artifacts, and then we're good to go. And since we used a resonance stone, there will be a chest. If you don't do that, there's gonna be no chest at the end. And you can head over there and pick up your AD, which is gonna be 3000 since I just used the one. There's 3000 for the first one, and then there's 1000 extra for everyone after that. And you can, as you can see, I got that little stone as well. So you just want to head out and then talk to the goblin under the stairs downstairs, and you can spend the stones on these chests, which reward you 5500 rough AD. But you also get sometimes, which is really nice, bind on equip artifacts. As you can see, I get one right here, or artifact equipment that you can actually sell on the auction house. So that was another 40k extra for me. So the next thing I just wanted to add quickly was the converting of different currencies to AD, and there is a part about that in the guide on MMORPGtips.com. So the ones that I wanted to mention are gold, which you can convert to AD by buying gold bars at vendors and selling them, and guild marks, which is a bit more complicated and involves farming explorer charts, but we're not going to get into that in this guide. But also these celestial coins that you get when invoking, and that's why I invoke as much as I can on as many alts as I can. because there's a chance to get coalescent wards. So you're either gonna save a bunch, a few hundred thousand, since you don't have to buy coalescent wards when upgrading certain items, or you can find out which armor or weapon enchantment is worth the most, and then just make one with the coalescent ward and sell it on the auction house for a few hundred thousand. The last part I wanted to mention is a way that you can really start making a lot of AD, which is by using the auction house and buying low and selling high. I've already made a video on that, so I won't get too much into detail. There's also a lot of information about it on MMORPG tips in the guide there. It does require you to have a bit of starting capital. It can also take some time to sell certain things, and there is of course also a bit of risk. There are two ways of doing it. You can basically look for low buyouts, or you can look for low bids and try to get good deals. And right now the best items and kind of the only items that I look for are epic companions, and I've gotten some really good deals lately on a few of those, but they take a bit of time to sell. And if you want to expand, you can also look at mounts and lesser quality companions as well. Other types of items can of course also be flipped, but those are the easiest categories to find good deals, I think. But that is pretty much it for AD farming at the moment. If there are any changes, I will of course update the guide and post new videos. To summarize, hit your rough AD cap by doing queues and monster expeditions. Hope for some extra nice items from the monster expeditions. Farm dungeons and trials like the Demogorgon is good at the moment now. Use your alts to invoke and do extra queues if you can. And start flipping on the auction house. Also pay attention to any events that you might be able to make money from. Especially if you're planning to use cash, you should really wait for Sen sales, as you can really get some deals and get a lot of AD that way. But that's it for now. If you want more details on how to farm Astral Diamonds, head over to MMORPG Tips and check out the written guide there. And if you find these guides useful, I would really appreciate subs or comments or likes on the video, or comments or feedback on the site. That's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next one.